We have a nice little bonus for you on this advanced program, and it involves cooking our fabrics in the microwave. There are loads of bits of information out there to do with microwave dyeing, but we know that Liquid Radiance is not a dye. It is a very, very finely milled acrylic that penetrates the fibre in the same way as a dye does. And just as it's different in its concept of the formulation, it is very different in its concept of what it actually does when we cook our fabrics in the microwave. So when we're working in the microwave, we get a lovely breakdown of heat and steam working on the colours to create amazing patterns. Let's see how we can form some different patterns. Only a couple on this program, but you'll be able to catch up with heaps more in our handbook, Instant Fabrics in the Microwave, and we may explore more of these further on in a future program. Anyway, for today, we need to set the rules. We're going to think about working on 100% cotton fabric. Bit dicey to work with anything with a lot of polyester in it because you're likely to burn it and end up with little balls of plastic instead of fabric. So we're going for 100% cotton, and I'm going to make the rules relevant to 1/4 metre of cotton fabric. I'm thinking homespun or bleached calico, or even calico itself for this. So for 1/4 metre of cotton, we know that it takes 4 to 5 minutes to cook in the microwave. But we're not going to cook it straight through. We're going to cook it bit at a time and watch changes happening. Let's put them on the board now so you can absorb them, and then I'll apply them to the fabrics. If we were doing 1/8 of a metre or 1/2 metre, we would divide or multiply up the timing according to the size of our fabric. So I'm going to be working on just a small piece of fabric, probably about 1/8 of a metre. So I think it'll take probably 2 to 2.5 minutes to cook when I halve that out. Anyway, let's consider our total cooking time as being from there to there. We're going to break that timing down into segments to cook it. The first cooking time will be half the total time. The second cooking time will be half the remaining time. And we're going to take it out of the oven and we'll look at it and we'll see what's going on there, and then continue cooking. We will then break down the final bit into small chunks. So the number of small chunks we use will be dependent on what you see happening until it's time to stop. Let's have a look at what we're actually going to be seeing happening. After the first cooking time, when you take it out of the microwave, you will see the fabrics have become incredibly stronger. I call that intensification. They will be brighter. They will have more zing to them. So intensification is the first thing we're going to look for. After the second cooking time, we'll see a little bit more intensification happening, and we'll start to see the separation of the colours. In other words, it will be forming its pattern. Now when I say separation, if you think of this shirt as being coloured by a one-colour colouring method, that is, it was all over pretty murky grey-black on top of the pink, you can see how it has separated out into its darks and lights via the steam and heat in the microwave. Okay, we are continuing cooking. After a while the intensification settles down. You will see more and more separation happening, and then what we start to look for is stages of drying. And we are going to keep cooking a bit at a time. It might be coming down to 15 seconds, 10 seconds, whatever you're brave enough to do. Bit by bit, until you see more and more stages of drying. But the important part of that word is the ing bit. We are not going to cook it until it's dry. We stop when the fabric is clammy, but not dry. That is really important. So, let's do it.